What's up, everybody? Byron Harold here with Muscle Mechanics 120 Tune Up, and I got my man Isaac. What's up? There it is. He was, I don't know, I should have said action, and he would have been ready. Okay, so we had a 5-step process for the hips. Okay, I promised everybody from last week when we saw the battle buddy for the hips. Here's a full 10-minute routine to get your hips nice and loose. We'll do 2 minutes per movement. It's going to be 5 movements. Okay, here's movement number 1. We're going to use the floor and the wall. So he's going to base off. The closer you get your hips to the wall, the more intensify the stretch. But what we do want, even if you're far out, if that's all you got, then that's all you got. But we do want this knee, or excuse me, this shin parallel to the floor. Okay, that foot is flat on the wall, and then making sure that that knee is in line with the foot and in line with his hip. So now with this foot, or this foot comes to his knee, he's going to make sure he pushes his hips down to the floor and then pushes forward on that knee, making sure his sternum is aligned with his pubis bone, going straight to the wall. So everything's in line. He's pushing on the knee forward to get that stretch going. And he's going to do a 5 seconds of a push and then relax for 3 seconds. Repeat that for 2 minutes, okay? And then here's the step number 2. So step 2, he's going to go into a doorway. He's going to line up his foot into the doorway. That, again, closer this hip bone, the front part of your bone here of the hip, the closer that is further into the doorway, the more intensify the stretch. So as he gets straight, he's going to keep that alignment all nice and lined. He's going to bring up the foot, and again, we're going to keep shin bone parallel to the floor. Further in this ankle towards the wall, the more intensify the stretch. So again, for 5 seconds, he's going to push on that knee, press the hips down to the floor as he pushes on that knee for 5 seconds, and then relaxes for 3 seconds. Push, hips down to the floor, intensifies that stretch, and then relaxes for 3 seconds. All right, so step 3, here we go. We'll come all the way forward. So now we're on elevated, getting the hips elevated. He's going to come forward. You can use a box jump, whatever you got that's going to keep you elevated. Kitchen counter, whatever you got. So come forward all the way, and he's going to drop that hip. He's going to sit down on that hip onto the whatever he's sitting on, okay? So boom, he sits down onto that hip. Got it? He stays squared off. We want a figure 4 shape. Okay? And then from the side view, what he's going to do with this foot is make sure that that rotation of the knee is inward, and he's going to push off that toe to sit down and then rock forward. Okay, let me back up a little bit so you can see it. Come back, keeping the sternum up, push the knee down, and then lean forward. And oh yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty intense stretch. Is lighten up that left hip of his, okay? Here we go, moving on to step 4. So step 4 is actually started in the same position, but this time he's going to sit down a little bit more. He's going to cup with this hand, he's going to cup the ankle, and then that hand is going to push on that knee. And as doing so, he's going to drop down to this inside elbow. So drop down to it, lean to your right. Yep, as he leans to that side, your goal is to eventually get this elbow down to wherever your foot is. But if you can't, no worries. You just go to where you can. As you lean to the opposite side, intensifying that hip stretch, it's going to get into the QL muscle that runs through here and through a little bit of the IT band, and sometimes even the groin, an adductor for some people. But a lot of this lateral tension that you have all locked up in here that's keeping that hip from moving, this is an awesome stretch. So again, he stays up parallel, and he leans to the opposite side of the hip that we're focusing on. And now step number 5. Last one. Number 5, here we go. He's going to put his foot up onto whatever we got. We're going to make sure the ankle, knee, and hip is all in alignment. And then he's going to rotate to the legs, the side that the leg is up. And he's not going to bite off too much, or else he's going to start compensating his hips. So as you can see from the parallel side, he breathes in. As he exhales, he only rotates as much as his mobility will allow him to. And each time he rotates, he bites off just a little bit more with the big exhale. And his rotation will increase just a little bit. But that's what we want. All these moves are all about getting just a little bit of gain for long-term adaptation, okay? Don't force the movement, just breathe through the movement. Got it. Okay, and then testing after you do all 5. Do a couple squats, do a couple lunges to test how much your mobility is increased just off those 5 movements. As always, stay hydrated, stretch daily, and stay tuned in.